Hello, it is a beautiful day today. The sky is blue, the blue god is shining down, and the sun is bright shining, giving us life. And I harvested for the first time. I've already harvested one before the weather got bad, but then these came out, and then we had bad weather on and off, and they didn't know what's going on, these flowers. So, but finally they got pretty beaten up by the weather, but finally they came out in a flower bomb. Oh, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. Very gorgeous. A heart. I have a flower bomb heart for you. They grow in our garden it's a hedge plant, and it is called Camellia japonica, Professor Sargent. This is a professor here. I'm a professor. I'm a professional lover. I'm a professional flower bombarder. This is pure flower bombardment of infinite love. They smell good too. Smell really good. I'm amazed I can smell this over this perfume from Viktor and Rolf. They smell great. I wonder if Viktor and Rolf's flower bomb, which I put on my arm, has Camellia japonica Professor Sargent imitation oil in it. This is very hard to tell, because in this perfume they must have put 300 different flowers, or maybe 500 different flowers in it. A drop of each. It's beautiful. It's a wonderful perfume. This is what I love about spring, is when all the flowers are opening up and coming out. Beautiful love for all living beings, infinitely much. Infinite love for all living beings. Infinite, infinite, infinite power and love. So I want to get my clay out. And the flower bomb by Viktor and Rolf is very wonderful. And it does fit in the category of Velvet Orchid from Tom Ford and Escada Women. Creamy, flowery, and gourmand. Very nice. So the notes that I personally sorry. I guess it's the sunshine doing this. I have to move a little bit out. The sunshine in my eyes causes me to sneeze. I inherited that from my dad. Some kind of photo reflex happening that is somehow attached to the nose sinus. I don't know. Sinus epithelials that are in there. They get kind of agitated by the light. So yeah, these scents are full of flowers, all of them, full of sweet flowers. Very, very, very sweet and warm, and gourmand also. They all have something gourmand in it, some definitely vanilla, and I would say they all have caramel in it. And I think they all have tonka bean in it, and probably labdanum and cistus, which I think cistus is actually the flower where they make labdanum from. I don't know. I read something about that. So many different flowers. That labdanum goes through different stages. Eventually comes out as an amber type of scent. It's very nice, very lovely. It has so many different flowers in it that I could not count all of those, like 500,000 different flowers. It has rose and violet, orange blossom, those are. It is powdery, it is sweet, it is gourmand, it is warm. It's probably a very good spring scent, but I'm just saying this because, you know, in spring the flowers are all coming out. But you can wear it at any time of the year, for any occasion. This would make a very good wedding present, I think. Because I remember when I was a little girl, I was like, I think I was 4 years old or 3 years old, together with my cousin. She was just a couple of years older than me, like 4 years older than me. And we were the flower children of that wedding, of my aunt's wedding. It was nice. We each had a little basket, you know, like a wicker woven basket, and they put real flower petals, white flower petals in it, and it smelled so good. It was nice. Yeah, so we walked behind the bride and the groom, and both kids, we were generously throwing the flower petals after, on the path, after the bride and the groom, right and left and in the middle, and just to leave a trail of flower petals. And I think it was sometime in the spring. It's very nice. It also smells like it has some baby powder in it, but I don't know if they actually put baby powder, essence, oil, fragrance oil, or if, you know, they just put the flowers in it that are also in the baby powder. It smells a little bit like bubble gum too. Has that warm cinnamon touch. cinnamon rolls. Apple blossom. Apple blossom, by the way, is an amazing smell. I know that because in spring the apple blossoms on our apple tree at the other house, they are blooming. And I think they're blooming around April and May. And they're white and they smell so incredibly amazing. They smell so infinitely amazing. And I always thought, oh my gosh, I want a perfume made out of apple, but that would be very, very difficult. I'm sure that probably exists, like an apple blossom absolute, you know, a natural essential oil from the actual flower, from the apple blossom, from the petals, like a distillation or an absolute, an abstraction from it, you know, like an oil abstraction. But that would require so many petals and they're really small. And the apples, they need those petals. I think that the apple bud underneath needs those petals, and it needs it to attract the pollinators and all of those amazing insects that go on it, and some spiders go on it. White bobblehead spiders, they like to go on those apple blossoms. And they hide underneath them, like they use them as an umbrella, and they blend in. You know. They make mimicry, they mimic the apple blossom, and also the apple blossom bud looks like the head of the spider. Very cute, very sweet, like an extraterrestrial. Yeah, and then I found that apple blossom has been synthesized, of course, and you can buy it from different vendors as a single individual note. It doesn't cost very much. The price for, I don't know, it's about 0.6 or 0.7 ounce, a little bit more than half an ounce. It's a small bottle. You can buy that oil for concentrated though. You have to stretch it even. It will make an ounce stretched with canola oil, and still is very powerful. Yeah, those concentrated fragrance oils, I always stretch them by 50% to make it milder on the skin. And you can get that, you know, 0.7 of an ounce for between $2 and $5, something like this. Really, really good. And then it will make 1 full ounce. So that's a pretty good price, actually. I don't know if they're different. They're probably different chemistry labs or something that imitated. I don't know, but I know that the designer perfumers that work for them, I know that they work only with the absolute highest quality fragrance oils, individual notes, the highest, the absolute best. I don't even know if I can buy those. I don't even know if those are available on the market for just a regular hobby perfumer. Maybe. If you know more about this, let me know. I would like to check out a company that sells the highest, finest quality fragrance oils, the best imitations that exist on the market. It's pretty hot here today. I'm amazed, and I'm in my winter pants still. I'm still in winter boots. It's getting hot now. The sun is heating this all up. It's wonderful. I'm so grateful for this. Oh, wonderful. I love warmth. Love it. Absolutely love it. It has every flower in it, everyone. Cherry blossom, of course. There's tulip in it. There's rose in it. All of those amazing flowers. A drop of each. That's what they did. And Viktor and Rolf, they are from Holland. They met each other at an art school in Holland. I think in Amsterdam. I'm not sure. I've been to Amsterdam. It's really nice. They sell Belgian waffles on the streets, and they are delicious. And wonderful hot chocolate. And they have, I think, the largest flea market in the world in Amsterdam. Really nice. I went there with my punkish girlfriend. We were much into punk, listening to Einstürzende Neubauten the whole drive over there. And then her old car got stuck and someone helped us. People there, they're very sweet. So Viktor and Rolf are very sweet guys. I don't know, they're about my age. They're somewhere, I don't know. I don't know, it's hard to tell. Somewhere between 40 and 50 or something. So, and they're like, they work like one soul. Maybe they are one soul. It's one soul. Viktor and Rolf. One heart and one soul, as they always say. And very sweet. And they're artists. You know. So they got into couture through a different route. They started out as artists. And they work together, and that's the most beautiful thing there is. That's very, very, very non-egoic. Yeah? To work with someone else, to constantly do a collaboration, constantly do teamwork. I think this is absolutely beautiful and teaches us something. So then they made couture, haute couture, and they make the haute couture into sculptures. Yeah. So it's like wearable art. Wearable, it's always been a bit like this, of course, in haute couture, but they take it to another level because they really make wearable art, like a Picasso that you wear on your body. And then they also wanted to have some fragrances to go along with their art couture. And I don't know if they make it themselves. I don't think so. So then they hired a perfumer or two or three. And I don't know who made the flower bomb, but it's very good. It's very nice. It does match Viktor and Rolf. The character, you know, the artistic energy of it. It does match it. The freedom, you know, the abundance of the freedom. So they had one collection where the fabrics, they were sort of like some kind of like a stiffer felt type of material in white. And they created amazing faces with that fabric, where they cut the fabric into smaller pieces and created eyes and a nose and mouth with these smaller pieces, and sort of ballooned, and like where it extends out of the jacket, and wearable sculptures. Very, very nice. The whole collection just in white with different faces of that type of felt material. Very, very lovely. Very gorgeous. Very Picasso-esque almost. Picasso in the last stages. Very nice. Very lovely. And many different collections that they have made. So now if they get into chubbier models, I'm on board. I will support it. I will support the shows. I'm not into, I wouldn't go to a fashion show if there are anorexic women on that catwalk. I don't support that. That's not healthy, and it gives the wrong message to the world. I want to see chubby, healthy women on that catwalk. And yes, they can wear those sculptures too. And I want to see chubby women not covering themselves up, not covering up the fat rolls. Okay? So show them off. Show off the fat rolls. It's been equated with low class in the past, because that's like the easy route, you know. It's like something that we gravitate towards. We eat a lot, then clothes become more than snug, and then you see the fat rolls, and so it's like this, you know, that happens to so many people that it is regarded as something that is low class or that is out of style. But let me tell you something, you know, thus spoke Zarathustra. It's coming back, okay? Flow with it. This is the natural gravitational flow, so let's flow with it. And instead of being in resistance towards that, which doesn't help at all, it just causes a counter unhealthy thing, which is anorexia, and people have died from it. So, and it's out of resistance. The resistance is against basically their own curves, a lot of teenage girls go through this in particular because a lot of teenage girls they're still children, they're not ready for the curves yet psychologically. Was real hard on me too, very hard, particularly when we get stares of men and boys and we are still children inside the head. That is a scary, that feels naked, that feels vulnerable, it feels very scary. It feels like abuse. That's what it feels like. You know, a lot of men, they say, oh, you drama queens, you make big issue out of nothing. No, 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 no. All of you are gonna be girls in your next lives. You're gonna have to see for yourselves what that feels like. It feels very scary. So that adds to it. Then this, this, it takes on a life on its own. When the fashion models are anorexic, then the girls want to be looking like them, because then they think only that is beautiful. Then I hear them talk, they say, I want to be beautiful too. You have a completely wrong idea on what beautiful is. If you ask a fully straight man, I'm talking fully straight, I'm not putting gay men down. You ask a fully straight man, yeah, they may on the outside go out with the skinny anorexic girl to show off, to say, this is my trophy wife, look how stylish we are, okay? But on the internet, when she's not looking, he's looking for chubby women, and some of them are looking for really fat women, okay? So, but all of them are looking for the women with the curves and with the chunk, with the trunk, the trunk curves. So the natural female curves, the natural female fertile body curves. That's what they're all looking, but they won't admit it to you. They're not going to admit that. They'd never admit that. Never. No, because they want to be seen as the stylish guy, as the as the 1%, as the one on top, as the noble guy, as the rich high class person. So that's why. But secretly, they are starving for the chubby woman. They're starving for her. That's why in a lot of workplaces, they have their trophy wife at home, or, she's probably a teacher or works somewhere else. And, the bosses of companies, they are thirsting for the chunky woman. And so, in a very roundabout way, the biology will catch up with them, and before they even know it, they have their hand on the butt or the boobs. Happened to me. I was working for, oh my gosh, it's amazing. It's amazing how that guy, I think it was like, it's a physical it's a physical body reflex, almost like a knee-jerk reflex. I didn't hold it against him, but pretty soon after that I quit. It was just, it's not worth it to me working for someone like that. And it's just interesting, how they just can't help it. The hand almost involuntarily reaches out. So that's why I would never file a lawsuit against them. It's like they're to the mercy of their biology. They need it so bad they can't stand it. The gay man or the bisexual man are not as affected by that. They're much more in the head and much more, I have my best friend, trophy wife, and we are show models for the world, and we are getting along, and that's all I need. But the fully straight man, let me find someone who is fully straight. Brad Pitt. Who else? Oh, Vin Diesel. So naturally, there's a lot of, it's just a mega potential of potency, male potency. And it's not a choice, it's just that is biology. That's how they are. They didn't make the choice to be like this. Just like the others didn't make the choice to be different. So it's not my choice to like men like Vin Diesel and and of course Matt Damon, So big, masculine, and I don't know anything about them. I'm not gonna say anything. I don't know anything about them. I'm just saying very in general terms, okay? I know that once they have their trophy wife, they can't help it but to look for the women on the internet that like to eat. Okay, this is biology. This is not sleaziness. This is not naughty. This is not, all these attributions that people have put into sexuality, all these taboos, all this, the judgment. I mean, it just wrote itself into the point where people started to feel embarrassed about having genitalia, of being a sexual creature, of being a mammal, a mammalia, with genitalia, with needs, wants, biology, They made it so that people started to feel ashamed about it. This is anti-life, and that comes from religion mainly. Religion is so anti-life, and here they say we are pro-life, and it's exactly the opposite. They are so anti-life. They are destroying life. They're destroying their own bodies. They're destroying life around them. Okay, I need to put this into perspective. I want people to look at this, become very well aware of this, very well aware, and say no to religion and say yes to life, all life, your body, your precious body, with all the needs and wants. Allow it. Don't be in resistance to it. Allow the tears. Allow laughing. Allow joking. Allow dancing. Allow whatever there is. A masculine man can also like a gourmand. Viva la juicy on his own juicy skin. Enjoy that too. He doesn't have to be afraid that then he's gonna be laughed about because because of the biology, his ego has created a self-image of wanting to be the super mega duper macho. So then you can only wear Armani, Giorgio Armani, Aqua di Gio. Yeah, this is bullshit. Okay, no, Vin Diesel, you can wear Viva la Juicy too. Be 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 the juicy you that you are, and don't be afraid that someone will say, "Oh, is he gay?" Or leave people alone. Let people be themselves. No, Vin Diesel is not gay. He is fully straight. And his nose and his senses will like Viva la Juicy, Gold Couture. I'm gonna make a video about that one tomorrow. That is also amazing. It fits also into this category, definitely. This is actually towards that. This is leaning towards that. The flower bomb is leaning towards the Viva la Juicy, for sure. Be who you are, you know. Don't be afraid to be labeled or seen as this or that. And I find men, you know, particularly, you know, those men that would tend to have this image of macho or whatever, you know, because of their orientation of being straight. When those men wear pink and wear flower shirts and wear Viva la Juicy or Chanel No. 5, I find that super, super individually independent and strong and powerful, because that means they're not molded and shaped and subdued by some shitty peer pressure. And the gay men out there, and be the you that you are, you know, embrace it fully. Embrace what you like and want and need. And I love it when people like Jeffree Star, when they go for this fully. And they're not, Jeffree Star is not afraid of anyone, of anyone's opinion or bully or put downs or whatever. Not afraid of that. He goes for what he is, and you know, he describes himself as a different creature. And that's wonderful. It's lovely. This is great. Embrace who you are. Don't be afraid because of your parents being Republicans and family, and you go to Thanksgiving and seeing them, and then they might put you down. You know, if they put you down, don't go there anymore. Don't go to their Thanksgiving meetings anymore, or their other festivities or holidays. Don't meet these people just because they're your family. It doesn't mean that you have to shackle yourself to them, you know, and endure their put downs and their insecurity being pushed on you, and their own egos being afraid of allowing this or that, so then they will put you down so that their egos can save their face or whatever these act outs are. You know? You don't have to endure that. You know? Whether you're a man or a woman, gay or straight, you don't have to endure any kind of put on, any kind of fascism, the lifestyle, the views of someone else pawned and pushed and shackled onto you. You don't have to endure that, whoever that is and whatever their views are. Their views can be offered like a flower. It's my view here. I offer that to you in peace and love. Okay? But I don't force it on you. I'm not throwing you the flower bomb, you know. I'm not saying, if you don't accept what I'm saying, I'm gonna bombard you with so many flowers that you couldn't breathe anymore. No, I'm not gonna do that. I offer the flower bomb in peace, and a bomb made out of flowers is a peace statement for the world. That will create world peace. So, yeah. It is just a rain of flowers. It is a bed of flowers. I would never force that, like violently force that on someone. That's also very difficult to do. But don't do that, you know. So just offer it with peace and love. You can shower someone with this, and you can make a bed out of it, and you can put it into a bathtub, and that is wonderful. But I'm not gonna force anyone through any kind of violence, whether that is putting someone down or mocking someone for being different or laughing about someone, or those are all violent techniques. Those are violent psychological coercion techniques that people are using, and I don't think they're aware. They think they're peaceful. They think words don't hurt anyone. Yes, they do. Words have killed people. Let's become very aware about this. It smells good too. Very good. It smells better and better as time goes by because because of the essential oils and the fragrance oils that I'm netting into it gradually. It is okay for if you are fully straight and you are into the woman curve because that's your biology. It is okay to want chubby women, even if you consider yourself a man of high status. Yes, it is okay. It is okay not to have a trophy wife on your side. It is okay to have the woman that indulges on your side, that may indulge herself like most women do. And I remember one time, and I'm not putting cleaning people down or anything, but people who, and this is so complicated. It's such a complicated thing. So I don't know if I have time to discuss all of this. But one time, I always got some issues, and I felt like, my dad, as an architect, he had someone come over in regards to his architectural clienteles and stuff like this. And this guy came over, and that guy was really, really well dressed, and I was cleaning the cellar, me chubby, in a t-shirt, and he came in and he looked at me like, and then he was like, "Who can I talk to here?" And I said, "My dad is in his studio." And then I said, "Gotcha. You thought I was the cleaning lady." And his face got all red like this here. It literally blushed. That was the ego in me that got really angry. I don't do that anymore. That's been a while back. I have been gradually but steadily healing my ego and my mind and my body and the trauma and all of that chaos. It's been gradually healing and healing and healing and healing through introspection, and that's the only way we heal, not through going through a psychologist or psychiatrist, not through the drugs, certainly not, okay, and not through some mediocre psychoanalytical conversation. No, that doesn't do it. No, you have to, the problem is, The same as if you want to quit drinking. You can't be going to some fancy quit drinking retreat where they make things super complicated, and then by the end of that retreat you'll fall back into it because it hasn't helped. No, if we want to quit something bad or if we want to heal, we have to really meditate on it. We have to sit with it, not let the ego say, oh, this sounds good. You know, if you want to heal, you can't go on the Atkins diet because the ego likes it. Oh, this sounds good. Oh, you know, Atkins diet or whatever they call it, beach diet or barbecue. No, it sounds good to the ego. So the ego goes, yeah, let me do this complicated quit drinking. No, you sit down with it and you come to complete awareness about what's going on. And then you see the bus coming towards you, you know, you see, if you're an alcoholic, you see the bus of alcoholism coming towards you. And what do you do when a bus comes towards you? You jump out of the way, okay? Same with the alcohol, you know, alcoholism getting worse. You go, man, this is not working. This is not working. It is